Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at the movement of corn, beans, and wheat from Friday. Less rain in South America forecast and optimism regarding the potential for more business to China propelled the grains higher Friday morning prior to the USDA report at 11 a.m. As expected, USDA didn't change the balance sheet very much at all. The soybean balance sheet was left unchanged while USDA raised the exports for corn and wheat by 25 million bushels each. That resulted in a predictable 25 million decrease in the ending year carryouts for both corn and wheat, which at first glance would be considerably slightly bullish, or at least not bearish. Following the report in a classic buy the rumor, sell the fact, corn gave up a nickel and soybeans lost 17. For the day, corn closed down 2 and beans down 7. USDA did overnight a flash sale to the Communist Chinese of 5 million bushels of U.S. soybeans and 4 million bushels of soft red winter wheat, along with 6 million bushels of corn to an unknown destination. Corpus Christi's Public Elevator in Archer Daniels Midland closed for Milo trucks until further notice. Timco Houston and the Andersons Houston open weekdays for trucks 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle & Company, Corpus, 361-852-5207. We're on the line with Sean Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock. Sean, how's the sales shaping up this week?
Larry, I sure think we'll get somewhere around that at 3,000 on the sheep and goat end, and we've got a wean sale on the cattle end, so sure, hope we'll catch somewhere around that 1,000 or a few more. Get closer to it, we'll sure maybe nail it down. Want to remind everybody, we will be having 2 more sales this year. Get to my calendar here. I always forget the dates. Anyways, we'll have a sale on the 12th, 13th was this week, the 19th and 20th, which it's getting a little close to Christmas. We'll have one the 20th. Now, we will be closed the 26th and 7th and the 3rd and the 4th.
All right.
So the 2nd and the 3rd is when we'll be closed.
All right.
So we will resume sales again on the 9th and 10th of January. So if you got anything out there you need to get in before the first of the year, sure, come see us in the next 2 weeks.
Tell everybody how to contact you, Sean.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, let's take a look at the meats. The National Pork Carcass Cutout Value 17 stronger in the afternoon on Thursday at 83.37. USDA's weekly summary had pork output at 578 million pounds, matching last week. The total year production, 25.581 billion pounds. Looks like that was up about 4.2%. The yearly total remains 1.6% ahead of last year at 120.02 million head. Neighbor, as we look toward the beef side of the meat equation, we'll search for the boxed beef values. Looks like Friday afternoon value showed choice boxes 288.01 down to 183, select box 257.90 down 93. Weekly recap for USDA had beef production at 532.5 million pounds for the week. As we look toward fat cattle prices, looks like 171 is the bulk of the sales for Friday. Neighbor, there's your meat moves. We're on the line with Ken Jordan getting ready for a sale in Mason. Ken, how did it look?
You bet, Larry. We have around 530 or so. We had right at 1,250 head in. We're looking around 1,450, maybe 1,500 head tomorrow. We got about 80 cows and about 15 bulls. Rest of them all calves, yearlings. Several good drags of some light calves that will be ideal to go to wheat or grass next spring or whatever. A lot of condition on them, and we got a few yearlings there also. And so we're looking for a very good run. We ended up, like you know, last week, we had a pretty good market overall, increase from the beginning. And then also for Thursday, we're getting ready for Leachman's bull sale, 63 bulls. We'll start at 10 o'clock on those bulls. Then we got several consignments at females that cannot get into the last December 2nd special. So we got those about 500-600 head, a lot of good tiger stripe heifers, tiger stripe pairs. Choice set of Angus heifers and more on those. And we've got those all listed up on our website, Larry, at jordancattle.com right now. That'll be Thursday, start at 10 o'clock.
Good deal. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you for either sale.
You bet. Give us a call, Larry. Code 325-372-5159.
We appreciate it, Ken. Thank you.
You bet, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, I'd like to remind you about George Weichel and the good folks at Wholesale Steel, San Antonio Steel. Heavy-duty lifetime warranty on their cattle panel. The standard duty panel also. Heavy-duty and standard duty pasture gates. They're a new Preferred dealer, and they'll beat anybody's prices on the Preferred products. They've got Stay Tight 50 and Stay Tough fencing both. Cattle working pins. They've got 2 Texas Texas locations. They've got the San Antonio store, call 210-624-2000, or the Hearn Bryan College Station store, 979-280-6100. Now remember, that Hearn location is off Highway 6, and the San Antonio location is there off Texas 16. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Fridays and Saturdays, 8 to 4. You can find them on the web at wholesalesteelsa.com. Of course, that's the San Antonio store, or wholesalesteelbcs.com. And that's the Bryan College Station Hearn store. Oh, and by the way, tell George Weichel that Larry Marble sent you. Neighbor, now it's time to contact Leo Casas. Leo, how are you today?
Doing good, Larry. Well, we had a great day working cattle yesterday, weaning some calves and picking up some bulls. And then tomorrow we'll be delivering some cattle. I want to remind your listeners we've got plenty of good cattle available for sale and a lot of good bulls available for sale or lease. If you have any questions, give us a call. I can be reached at 361-362-5863. Keep up with it on a daily basis on Instagram, Casas Cattle _Rancher 3, or log on to my website for photos, videos, and information, CasasCattle.com. CASAS, CasasCattle.com. We're the bull people.
I'm Larry Marble from down on the farm. We're at the kitchen table, and our guest today is Stephen from D&D, and you're bringing us some Preferred information, aren't you?
Yes, sir, Larry. So the boss ordered one too many truckloads of stuff from Preferred this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and offer 10% off all Preferred panels and squeeze chutes exclusively to Down on the Farm listeners while supplies last.
Down on the Farm listeners, you need to get in on this action. How much percentage?
10%.
Get on down to D&D right now. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, and I'm at extension 160.
We're on the line with Gary Butler, Nixon Livestock. Gary, how's the sale shaping up?
Larry, we got 925 in. I imagine we'll have 1,000, 1,100, 1,150 probably. Got 114 cows, mostly Packer cows, not very many keeping kind of cows. There's a few maybe scattered through there that might go back to the country, but most of them be Packers. Calf-wise, a lot of, 4 and 5s at a time, Larry. Got, some sets of 25 to 40. The biggest bunches, there's about 3 sets of them, the Charolais calves and some black calves, but most of them are just onesie-twosies around coming in right now.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Monday sale in Nixon, Gary.
You can catch us 830-582-1561 and 62. Catch me on my mobile, 830-857-4330, Larry.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you. Bye.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil field pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers. Riley, it's Sunday evening. Monday's going to be our sale day. What's it looking like tonight?
I'm still sorting and tagging some, Larry, but looks like probably around 2,000 head for tomorrow. Probably 300 cows. Still not seeing any pairs or many to speak of. Probably, I'm going to say 75 palpated cows, a pretty good string of Burma cows, and the palpated calves. I got some really good strings of calves, a couple of really good strings of Charolais calves, I think 4 bigger groups of black calves, most of them being steers and knife cut. A couple sets of Beefmaster calves. So looks good. Quality looks really good, and looks like we're going to have a good sale tomorrow, probably around 2,000 head.
Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers every Monday. Riley Rhodes, tell everybody how to contact you.
Cell phone's 361-813-6650. The office 361-786-2553. Webpage liveoaklivestock.com. And just remind everybody that next Monday, the 18th, is our last sale of the year. We got
Good
tomorrow
deal.
and one more.
Thank you, Riley.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, did you know, combined with the truss department, insulation department, and millworks department, just 3 of the departments there at MG Building Materials, they've got the ability to deliver an entire building package from a single supplier. They are truly your one-stop shop. They have 5 locations around South and Central Texas. Let's count them down right quick. Pleasanton, Kerrville, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, and Uvalde. MG Building Materials, your one-stop shop. MGBuildingMaterials.com. We're on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. Rodney, how's the Friday sale?
We had a good sale Friday. We had more cattle than what we've been running. I guess it's getting to the end of the year, but I thought that old market was pretty active, especially on your light calves, and your heavy cattle might have been a little softer, but they sold really good, I thought.
Well, walk the pens with us, Rodney.
All right, we had 830 head of cattle, 1 horse, and 2 goats. That old market was active. Your 200, 300-pound steers were 275 to 330, heifers 207 to 290, 300, 400-pound steers 245 to 335, heifers 213 to 310, 400, 500-pound steers 225 to 285, heifers 204 to 250, 500, 600-pound steers were 214 to 251, heifers 190 to 240, 600 to 700-pound steers were $2 to $2.27, heifers $1.79 to $2.10, and your 700 to 800-pound steers were $1.79 to $2.05, and heifers were $1.53 to $1.86. Packer cows were steady. They brought anywhere from 53 to 97 cents. Packer bulls brought from 70 to $1.30. Stocker cows brought anywhere from 85 to $1.13, with some bred cows dollaring out around that 12 and a quarter. And we had a few pairs. They brought anywhere from 800 to 1,600 Friday, sir.
What do we know for this next go-round?
I don't know. I know of a couple of bunches of calves coming this week, but I don't know any big bunches like I did last week, sir.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Rodney.
Yeah, Young reach me there at Cell Barn at 361-358-1727, or call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you and take care.
Bye-bye. Hey, neighbor, we're on the line with Holly Mutt-Smith, owner of Homestead and Ranch Real Estate, which specializes in Texas farms and ranches and custom homes on acreages. Holly, you've got a question for South Texas ranch owners, don't you?
I sure do, Larry. I've been searching high and low, and I've talked to many ranch brokers, but I'm coming up short.
What's the problem, Holly?
A lot of farm and ranch websites are outdated. A lot of brokers don't return calls or update listings, and I've got buyers ready to find their perfect Texas ranch.
Don't all agents put those properties online?
Many do, but the problem is these properties aren't always updated if they sell or are taken off market. So what does that do? It wastes a lot of people's time. Right now, we have buyers ready to go for properties in a lot of Texas counties. Today, I want your listeners who have considered selling their large acreage ranches in McMullen, Atascosa, Live Oak, Duval, LaSalle, Wilson, Frio, and Medina counties to give me a call. If you're thinking of selling your ranch, we've got buyers ready to take a tour. And here's where we're at with this. If you list your property with us, you will get the service you deserve. Not all ranch agents are created equal, and I'll tell you what, I am tired of watching sellers get cut rate service.
Holly, how can they reach you?
They can call me directly at 210-827-6271, and I give you my word, I will call you back. Or they can visit www.homesteadandranch.com.
Neighbor, let's take a long look at the meets courtesy of John Tuttle, Tuggle & Company. Corpus, Milo through Corpus in December, March plus 115, 1072. Houston, 1081. Progresso, March plus 4938. Yellow corn to Corpus in December, March plus 40, 525 and a quarter. Progresso, March plus 90, 575 and a half. Hard red winter wheat to Houston in December, March plus 30, 691. And we'll call Placido beans December, January delivery, Jan less 90, 1214. Looks like we had 50,093 bale at Texas Cotton move on Friday. Low price, $75.94. High price, $79.69. With the average across that 50,093, $78.82. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. Why? Because you're the best darn farm show listener, and you've been doing it since, about 1994, I guess. Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble. Good day to you. God bless.